Welcome to episode 78, Custom Storage Solutions with Allanna Bell. Allanna Bell was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. With 2 decades of experience in retail management, where she served as a visual and store development manager, Allanna has a keen expertise in space optimization and project management. She's overseen high volume store openings for leading retail brands, utilizing strategic space planning to effectively manage the placement of thousands of garments and accessories. In this role, Allanna successfully managed large teams and ensured adherence to high visual standards and strict timelines. Then, in 2016, Allanna founded Optimization Dolls, a dedicated closet organization company. Allanna quickly expanded her services to include custom closet design at the request of her clients. By 2019, Optimization Dolls had evolved into a comprehensive, full-service, custom storage company. Optimization Dolls now provides end-to-end solutions encompassing design, installation, and organization to transform spaces into functional, stylish environments tailored to their clients' needs. So, welcome to the podcast, Allanna.
Thank you.
You and I met via our pal, Dalise Macon, who's the
Yes.
founder of Black Girls Who Organize. And we both had the opportunity to present at the annual retreat and now serve together on the Black Girls Who Organize advisory
Yes.
board. When we were at last year's retreat, the timing was such that you were featured in an industry publication for the
Mhm.
Association of Closet and Storage Professionals. And you're
Yes.
now also part of their leadership team. So I'd love for
Yes.
you to tell folks a little bit about yourself.
Yes. So I'm Allanna Bell. I'm owner of Optimization Dolls, and we are a custom closet and home organization company. I'm also the director of communication for the ACSP.
Amazing. And you've been in business for quite some time, and we'll
Yes.
dive into all those details here in a moment.
Mhm.
But I love to start every conversation taking a trip back to childhood.
Oh,
And
yes.
I know that you grew up in Brooklyn.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just tell us a little bit about what organization did or didn't look like for you growing up.
Yeah, I think for me, organization definitely started when I was a little girl. We had weekend chores. Every Saturday we got up and if my twin sister did the bedroom, I did the kitchen, and we were proud. At the end of every chore, we would grab our parents and say, "Hey, look what we did. Look how good we cleaned." And then after dinner, we washed the dishes. They would cook and then we would clean after, but we were proud. And I think that's where organization in my life started. Hmm.
I love that you're a twin. I don't think I knew that. And so I'm guessing that there was a routine. Like, what are some of the
Yes.
lessons that having those chores you feel like that you learned
Hmm.
or took away?
I think it was not only time management, right? Because we would plan our chores out. So if we did a deep cleaning in the kitchen this week, next week would be the bathrooms. And then not only that, we were supporting our family, right? So everyone had something to do. And at a certain time, we would be done. And then we can enjoy our weekend. We can enjoy our Saturdays together. And we could go to the park, have some ice cream, that type of thing. So, it was the planning part of it as a family. And my mother played zero games when it came to chores.
Yes, mom. But I love what you said just then about supporting your family, because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of what I talk about with clients and in my work is the value
Mm-hmm.
of contributing to your household. And, I think folks want their kids to do chores, they want
Yeah.
family members to participate, but we often struggle of getting folks on
Mm-hmm.
board. So I love that language that like cleaning, the work around it
Yeah.
was in support of everyone. And then you got to go have fun together.
Yeah. And it was positive. It wasn't, we didn't
Mm.
feel like we had chores and we were forced to do it. Right. And then you cut and paste that into your life now. And it's a part of our household. Because if I didn't have that, it would be hard for me to manage a business, to, be a business owner, to run two businesses and maintain my household and take care of my children if I wasn't taught that from a child, you know?
Such an amazing point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we talk about your work, the way that I connect to it is one of the first things that I did on my path to becoming a professional organizer was to learn how to design closets and other spaces while
Yes.
working at the Container Store. And I learned best practices, but more
Mm-hmm.
importantly, I learned that the shelving in most
Mm.
homes and apartments, it's just built without functionality
Yeah.
in mind.
Yeah.
So, real talk, right? Like that 3/4 closet hanging bar,
Yeah.
like the poor
Yeah.
use of
Yeah.
corners, widely spaced pantry
Mm-hmm.
shelves,
Yeah.
wire shelving that's so far apart that things fall through.
A builder.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
builder. Like basically, when you build a home or apartment complex, you have to pass inspection. So builder rate allows you to pass inspection and save on your end. I mean, it takes away from the homeowner. It's kind of not fair, but at the end of the day, it's the minimum. They do the minimum requirements to pass inspection. So that's why they use builder rate
I mean,
shelving.
that's just like a little insight right there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, for most folks, for most listeners, right, we adapt to that
Yeah.
current shelving, the builder grade shelving
Mm-hmm.
in our homes,
Mm-hmm.
but it often causes more headaches
It
than
does.
not. So, why does custom design matter?
Mm-hmm. I mean, because we use space optimization. So, coming from the Container Store, we had strategies in place and we would do space planning. It's no space planning involved. And that's the problem with builder's grade, right? When it comes to a custom closet, we take the time, we do an inventory of your clothes. We do space planning. So space planning is strategic because in space planning, it's not just planning across, it's up. So, right. So it's
Mm.
maximizing all the space in the closet. And that's what brings it together. You don't necessarily have to fold clothes on the bottom. Sometimes we don't utilize all the space. So space optimization is like a strategic planning tool that I use in H&M when we had to place thousands of garments and accessories. You had to make it fit, right? So when you look at closets on a smaller scale, it's kind of you cut and paste. We have a strategic plan that we put in place for each client because each client has different needs, you know?
And is different heights, right? So like
Yes.
I love that you mentioned going up,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because there's that weird 3/4 hanging bar, which
Yeah.
does work for long dresses and coats and
Yeah.
long
Yeah. Mid hang.
items.
Yeah. Mid hang. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Correct. But like some folks are 6 feet or taller,
Yes.
and then some of
Yes.
us are scratching 5 feet.
Right.
So custom solutions
Mm-hmm.
also help like family
Yeah.
members reach what they have.
Yeah, but and it also helps you maintain organization long term. I think sometimes when people see the price of a custom closet, it is an investment. I will, admit that. But then you're adding in your wants and needs. You don't necessarily need to do that. We can focus on basically what you need to maintain organization long term when it comes to custom closets.
And so they're
Mm-hmm.
different parts, and I know there are components galore, but break
Mm-hmm.
down for me kind of the most common component, short hang, long hang, some
Yes.
drawers. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what are the key things that a custom closet company like yours would
Mm-hmm.
encourage clients to consider?
So when we first come in and design, let's say a basic closet, they call it a box, right? And the reason they call it a box in the industry is because you can build on it, right? So you definitely need your drawers. If you have drawers in your bedroom, wardrobes, if you don't need it, it saves you money. But a set of drawers is normal, double hang, mid hang, your long hang, because now not only are women wearing dresses, jumpsuits are a big trend. So you need more long hang than you would usually. And then accessories, I recommend belt, scarf, valet rods, that type of thing. I feel like those few things are important. Then you can go to the upgrades, right? You can upgrade your door fronts or your drawer fronts. You can upgrade your hardware finish, or you can upgrade your wood color. And it's 7 different levels of upgrades. So you can start with the basics, and then you can just go up if you need to, but even if you don't, it'll still be beautiful and functional at the first level.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about budgeting here in a minute, but I
Mm-hmm.
just want listeners to hear, right? If you are out there and you are trying to do this on your own, right? There's
Mm-hmm.
so many cubes and cubbies and shelf
Yes.
dividers, and those are all sort of amazing temporary solutions.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But if you know you're going to be in your home or your apartment or your office space for long term,
Mm-hmm.
a custom solution, I assume, Allanna, really
Yes.
increases the value of your property and space as well.
I mean, it saves you money long term. During consultations, I can see all the different products that clients purchased. Oh, I purchased this. It looked really good online. And then you're looking down the line 3 or 4 years and you spent so much money, when if you invested in a custom closet at the beginning, it saves you time and money. You're not trying to figure out, how to get organized every time you see a new video on Instagram or YouTube or, Pinterest. But like you said, it is a small investment.
So you have done an amazing job
Mm-hmm.
understanding the manufacturing process for
Yes.
custom storage front to back. You
Yeah.
see behind the scenes and
Mm-hmm.
have developed relationships in the industry that benefit your
Yeah.
clients. So, talk to me about custom storage solutions, how they are priced,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and how hiring a custom boutique business like yours
Mm-hmm.
ensures clients get exactly what they dream of.
So custom closets are priced by the square footage and the upgrades. And you have to keep in mind, when you go to a store and you buy a storage system, it's in a box, it's a prefabricated system. But when it comes to a custom closet company, we have fabricators. So when we come to install, everything is in little pieces and put together. So the price looks different because it's more of a process. And then the product, we use pressed wood. So when you scratch our panels, it's really amazing because people are like, these panels are really heavy duty. It's not pressed paper like the IKEA um, panels. It's actually pressed paper. So it lasts for the life of your home, just like your kitchen cabinets would. And, being behind the scenes at every installation, you learn so much about the product because every closet is shaped different, right? So I can say your closet may range from $5,000, but someone with more square footage, it would cost more because, let's say, if you have a small closet, we're only using 3 walls, right? But if you have a larger space, we're using 4 walls. So it really does depend on the square footage.
And how does, like, I love following you online because you use so much color, and you were talking earlier about
Mm-hmm.
those 7 levels of upgrades,
Yeah.
right? There are knobs, there's lighting,
Pulls. Mm-hmm.
there's um like those accessory bars. Folks
Yes.
can get a basic closet. Talk to me a little bit about your clients who dream of something, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, fancier or more stylish.
So the thing is, I think that's every client, right? Every client wants a really fun and elaborate closet, right? But depending on the budget, we find ways to bring it to life. So let's say you have the budget for a white closet, but you want to add some pizzazz and color. Then I would recommend a light fixture, a paint color, and then we would match that with hangers. And maybe we would upgrade the hardware if we can't upgrade the wood color. But it's so many ways to have fun. We add a rug, and then the finishing touch, of course, is us organizing it. We can bring the whole look together. But I mean, the accessories of the jewelry of the closet. When you think of the valet rods, belt racks, you have sliding trays and pantries. You have LED lighting now. You have puck lighting to highlight your home decor in your living room, living room built-ins. People are getting more elaborate with garages. If you notice our last install, I don't know if you saw it, we did a black wood grain garage cabinet with hydraulic lift doors on the top. So it's little ways that you can add little upgrades. But what I try to do for every single doll is I try to add one thing to each closet or space that I haven't done in,
Oh,
just to
that's
give them
really
something.
fun.
Yeah, yeah, just to give them something unique to them, to cater to them, because
So
it's an
good.
investment, but you're investing in my business and I'm investing in your quality of life,
Yes.
you know?
Oh, I love that because, yeah, supporting small businesses,
Mm-hmm.
supporting local businesses, and what you do is fabulous because you take, and again, folks can see this on social media, through the whole journey of design
Mm-hmm.
to seeing those individual pieces and it all come together. So it really
Yes.
is a gorgeous process. Give me a ballpark for how long a project takes start to finish so listeners understand.
So for us, it depends on the type of closet you purchase and the upgrades. So let's say normal square footage, you want 5 drawers and all those accessories that we spoke about. We can still do that in an 8-day turnaround, 8 business day turnaround. But let's say if you want a decorative drawer front or door front, you want shaker doors or drawers to match your bathroom or maybe your kitchen cabinets, that would take 2 weeks. And then when you get into the bigger upgrades, where if you want glass doors and that type of thing, it could be 5 to 6 weeks if we are adding metal glass doors. So it really all depends on the upgrades. But 9 times out of 10 for us, I would say between 8 to 9 days is the normal turnaround time.
Which is tremendous because,
Mm-hmm.
again, let me highlight that that's a benefit of
Yeah.
working directly with optimization dolls because you
Mm-hmm.
are the contact point
Yeah.
and you're checking on the process
Mm-hmm.
behind the scenes, the
Yeah.
manufacturing, ensuring quality
Mm-hmm.
control, and that communication versus, our larger corporations are
Mm-hmm.
amazing, but you
Mm-hmm.
don't get that personal touch, as
Mm-hmm.
well as lead times can be much longer.
Yeah.
And, you don't just have that
Mm-hmm.
interpersonal relationship of a contact that you can ask your questions and
Yeah.
check in on. So I love
Especially in
that.
this industry. In this industry, you would the chances are closer to zero of you meeting a custom closet business owner. For me, I'm personable. I am a part of the process, right? With my company, it's an overall experience. I'm there at the beginning and I'm there at the end, and we enjoy the process in the middle. So even when the guys are installing, I'm there helping them. And then, during that time, if we're organizing, we're getting your clothes ready to go into the closets. But sometimes we may not be organizing, right? And I just may be having a cup of tea with the client and we enjoy the process. So for me, it's the overall experience with optimization dolls from start to finish, from the design, the installation, and the organization. I'm a part of the entire process for
Oh,
my
it feels
dolls. Yes.
it feels so
Yes.
good. It feels so good, y'all.
I'm living in my dream awake, right? So when you're
Oh
living
my
in your
goodness.
dreams awake, you can't forget that, you know? It's like it's very important.
And so I'd love to turn now. You shared with me that you have SLE lupus. And so when you talk about living in your dream
Yes.
awake, right?
Mhm.
I'm sure that having lupus as part of your life impacts your energy level and
Yeah.
how you operate your
Hmm.
business. So share with us what SLE lupus is, and for listeners who they themselves may encounter a chronic illness, just share with us any tidbits of wisdom you may have about showing up for yourself and your clients each day.
So having lupus, it has its opportunities. Is three different types of lupus. So you have lupus that affects your skin, that affects your organs, and then you have lupus that's drug induced. So it could be from taking drugs for like maybe hormones. Let's say someone taking hormones for 5 or 6 to 20 years. It can be drug induced. For me, lupus affects my skin and it affects, I'm always tired. So I have to take care of myself by eating healthy, making sure that I exercise. I go for 5 mile walks. But in the process of consultation, when I first arrived to that client's house, right, they're expecting this lively person that they see on Instagram that's alive. And no matter how I'm feeling, I have to find a way to still give them that full experience, but knowing that I can have that time back on the end of part of the day where my family, they have to help. That's where
Mm.
fair play falls in. Growing up with those values, my grandmother had an autoimmune. So by us all helping each other, I saw how it worked out. So with my family supporting me, maybe I was planning to cook tonight and they're like, oh man, you can't cook tonight. And I'm like, we can order something out. Having that understanding, or maybe I need you to do the laundry today. That's what helps me get by, you know?
I love that you shared that because that's exactly what I was hearing as you were talking about planning your meals,
Mm-hmm.
planning your walks, right? I was thinking, wow, that childhood experience of
Yeah.
planning your chores really comes into play here.
Yes.
But also that open communication
Mm-hmm.
with a client or especially family members that
Mm-hmm.
this is where my energy level is today
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
I need your support. I
Yeah.
need to give myself compassion,
Mm-hmm.
kind of all of those
Mm-hmm.
elements, because my understanding is lupus is autoimmune and
Yes.
it's
Mm-hmm.
chronic, correct? It's
Yes,
like
it is.
something you live with.
Yeah, because it affects so basically with lupus, your organs are foreign. So usually every day our cells are fighting in our body to fight off colds, diseases. And we don't know that that our cells are constantly doing this every single day. But in lupus, it'll attack your kidneys like they don't belong here. Let's get him. So it's that type of thing. So it's in remission if you take care of yourself and you exercise and you eat healthy. And you do have to take medication, but it's like one medication if you maintain,
Your health.
yeah, your health. Yeah, yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
Well, I'm sure that that will resonate with listeners because we're always trying to navigate life
Hmm.
and family and
Hmm.
being a small business
Yeah,
owner. So reminding yourself that compassion, grace,
yeah.
kindness, as well as these healthy lifestyle behaviors, right?
Yes.
I'm sure you have to motivate. Get it
Yeah,
in.
yeah, it's true. And then, when it comes to custom closets, in my videos, I take you from the beginning of the process to the end of the process. And even sometimes I have like the LED lights that I'll have with me, and the LED lights will burn my skin. My skin is very sensitive when it comes to lupus. So sometimes behind the scenes is certain things that you're doing or you're trying to get done quick, and people say, "Oh my God, I love your videos. They're so amazing." And I'm like, I record them as quick as possible. It's realistic and it's in the moment, right? I don't
Mm,
give you anything that's not organic. It's all organic. Everything you see is in the moment. I don't edit it. I don't, it's just, some things I cut out, but then for the most part, everything you're seeing is happening in real time.
so good. So
Yeah.
good, y'all. Well, what's one way, Allanna,
Mm-hmm.
that you employ organization now as an adult? And it could be with regards to your daily routine
Mm-hmm.
or your business.
Well, I have a few things. I clean off my desk every single day at the end of the day, non
Tell us why.
negotiable, because I want to start fresh the next day, right? And if I start with clutter, it throws me off. So it's kind of like when you get up in the morning and you go for a cup of coffee before you start your day. If the kitchen is a mess, like you're going to really focus on that, right? So I have a few things. I clean off my desk. My pantry stays organized. So every day, not every day, I would go to the market, I would say 3 times a week. Because when you have a chronic disease, you need fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, that type of thing, right? It's a healthier lifestyle. So I tidy up my pantry 2 or 3 times a week just to make sure I don't have anything expired in there. And when you have a healthy lifestyle, you don't have a lot in your pantry anymore because it's not a lot of processed. I make sure I clean off my vanity at night before I go to bed. So those are just a few little things that I do that it helps me to maintain organization. But in this business, we should practice what we preach. I believe that.
Mhm.
It's a lifestyle. It's not just a trend you see on social media. Being organized is a lifestyle.
And I imagine, right? I talk a lot about mental clutter and just
Mm-hmm.
all that weighs on us in terms of our to-do lists.
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing from you is that these are intentional, conscious decisions that you have
Mm-hmm.
made
Mm-hmm.
and have seen the results of them, right? The
Mm-hmm.
improvement on your
Yeah.
mental well being as well as your physical well being by cleaning off your desk every day, making sure that the pantry is refreshed weekly. And yeah, just how does that improve your mental well being as well?
Oh my goodness. 100%. And it proves it 100%. I don't think most people understand what brain fog is, right? And usually, if you have a chronic disease, it's at some point when you flare, you have brain fog, meaning you just scramble, right? But that's a struggle with a lot of people. Like it's hard to reprioritize. We have to reprioritize, right? So maintaining organization, it actually helps me to be successful because when I'm focusing on a to-do list, I can focus on that. Not saying it may be a Saturday when I'm like, okay, I want to go get some ice cream today and I just want to hang out. And I'm like, you know what? The first part of that, maybe you need to take those 3 or 4 hours and tidy up. So you're prepared for Monday's craziness. You'll get the time back being organized.
And I think that that's often the hardest part for folks, right? Is to
Mm-hmm.
see past the work that it takes to do to become intentional, organized, more conscious about the decisions to get to the other side of that reward. But
Yeah, but you have
you,
to love. You have to find time, right, to enjoy what you're doing. If
yeah,
it's a mess, right, you allowed it to happen. Put on some music. Make it a positive experience. Maybe when you're cleaning, find a way to make it fun. Find a way to get the kids involved. Find a way to get your partner involved.
I love it. I would like to close us out
Mm-hmm.
by thanking you so much for chatting with me,
Oh,
Allanna.
thank you for having me.
I would love for you to share how folks can connect with you
Mhm.
and learn more about your services, and of course, the areas that you travel to and see some of
Mhm.
the gorgeous spaces that you've designed.
Thank you. So you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at OPM Dolls. So it's OPMDOLLS Dolls. My website is optimizationdolls.com, but for short, opmdolls.com. And yeah, follow us on Instagram so you can come along with me on this process and enjoy it from start to finish. We have a great time. When it comes to services, wow, I think at this point we are a full service storage solution company, meaning we do pantries, garages, mudrooms. If you name it, we can build it at this point.
And you're based in North Carolina. What's your
hmm
kind of travel range?
So I'm in the Concord area, about 7 to 8 minutes outside of Charlotte. And we do travel. We travel to Atlanta, we travel to Virginia, but when you travel, it is additional cost because we have to bring the whole team. But we do travel at our dolls' request. If they call me, I come.
Amazing. Y'all, Allanna is the best. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
thank
This was such a
you.
pleasure.
Oh, this was so fun. I loved doing this with you. Thank you for having me, Amelia.